take is going into the basket. So now Willis leaves. Wilkins comes back in.
They're a little smaller up front, but of course they get much more offense in the lineup now.
45.
Atlanta has it in play to battle. Outside left is McGee, guarded by Threet. Mike McGee plays the ball and knocked away. His steal. Here comes Sadale Threet into the front court. Pulls up and fires. Rimming no good from 20 feet to the right. And Atlanta back as Livingston takes it down. John Battle gives to Wilkins on the right wing. Down low right they go. It's Antoine Carr. His turnaround shot. Rimming no. Tipped in by McGee. He got inside of Threet. Mike McGee with 7. That's the first 2 points for Atlanta.
They got some good help, too, as Sellers came over to help on that shot. Left his man to help.
First 2 points for the Hawks in the second quarter. It's a 10-point Bulls lead. Sadale Threet off to the right. Shoots the long one right of the circle, right through. Boy, the Bulls are burning the nets off with their perimeter jump shooting tonight.
Good steal by Threet the last time down. Just missed that quick, fast breaker.
John Battle walks into the front court for the Hawks. Livingston swings it off left to Dominique Wilkins against Banks. Dominique, baseline left, finger roll. Nope. Rebound tipped around. Brad Sellers grabs it. Slingshot pass ahead to Paxson. Pax comes down, a bouncer under to Banks. Low right, his scoop, block, goaltending. Cap the hoop. Antoine Carr on a pin. Gene Banks gets the bucket. Timeout, Atlanta. It's a 14-point Chicago lead. 7:43 left in the half. Back after these messages on the Bulls Network. Story in the stadium, and all the sports anchors are here. Mark Goldberg, Channel 5. Jim Rose, Channel 7. Howard Sudbury, Channel 2. Jeannie Morris from Channel 2.
The Bulls making some news here, I guess, huh?
Yep, the big story is in the stadium tonight.
The rookie coach going for win 41, win 30 in the stadium.
If the Bulls win this game, they will have won 4 of their last 5 games. Now, it's more than coincidence, Johnny, that this started when they finally got to the practice floor. Remember, they had gone from February 19th without a taping practice until the first part of April. Wilkins has it off to the right, holding on Banks. Shot clock at 14. Out front, Antoine Carr swings it on around the left to Rivers. Left baseline, Dominique. His shot missed, and Mike Brown, the rebound off to Paxson. John Paxson burns up the floor. Paxson angles off to the right, gives to Threet. A lob into Banks, low right against Wilkins. A head fake. Now the shot by Banks. Taken down by Dominique Wilkins. 46-32, Chicago. The Bulls on a 14-2 run in the second quarter. 7 minutes left in the half. On the left side is Randy Whitman. Low left is Carr. In on Sellers. Shots blocked by Sellers. Carr gets it back. Fakes inside. Pumps it up. No. Gets his own rebound. Then hooked it in. Antoine Carr, so physical underneath. The Bulls blocked his shot a couple times, but they were never able to pop the loose ball away. Into their possession. Sellers down the lane to the right. Scoop shot blocked out of bounds by Atlanta.
Boy, Brad took it in strong, too, to the hoop. Got it whacked out, but we'll get it back.
15 to shoot. Baseline right. Oakley and Jordan coming back for Chicago with 6:35 left of the half. Sadale Threet and Mike Brown are out. Brad Sellers, baseline right. Inbounding to Jordan. Open jumper right of the lane. Banked it in. Michael Jordan's got 17.
That's a second trip that Whitman's gone down. They've had a couple guys go down.
There's no ice left under the floor, is there?
Well, there's no more Hawk games, so I don't think there is, but maybe it's the sneaks out here.
First time with no ice on the floor.
The 2 hoops they got, one was a tip-in by Mike McGee underneath, and the other was when they just completely baffled Antoine Carr, but he was able to be strong enough to take it and put it back in.
Doc Rivers comes into the front court. Top of the circle. Rollins swings it left to Randy Whitman. Down low left is Carr against Sellers across the lane. Scoop shot good.
Boy, he just waltzed back, and in.
Michael Jordan on the attack for the Bulls. Their lead is 12. Jordan left of the lane. Dribbles it out to the top of the circle. Left side Sellers. 20-footer. No. Taken down by Rollins. Rivers up court to Randy Whitman. Pulls up. Lead-in shot. No. Foul on Paxson. Randy Whitman shoots 2 as Paxson picks up his second foul.
second team foul.
Whitman looked like he lost it. Pax really was out of position and tried to sidestep, but he picked it up. Whitman will shoot 2 here. Dominique Wilkins is 0 for his last 4. Jim, last hoop he had was with 8:36 gone in the first quarter. But we're going to have to do something about Antoine Carr, who gets the ball and goes blump, 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 backs in and takes that easy shot underneath.
Whitman hits the free throw. Randy Whitman's first point tonight. He averages 13, shoots 78% as a free thrower. The Bulls lead is 11. It has been as big as 14. 10-point lead. 5:57 left in the half. Atlanta full court pressure. Michael Jordan in the backcourt saying clear out, but it's zone pressure. A bounce pass to Paxson. Up court to Banks. Banks between the circles, turns, drives down the lane, scoops the shot, got it blocked. Brad Sellers a fake. This is for Oakley. Charles lays it up, no good. Rebound battle inside. Dominique Wilkins has it. Atlanta comes away with the ball. Dominique Wilkins into the front court, down the lane, shoots it up, blocked by Jordan. A foul on Sellers. Sellers with his first, and Dominique Wilkins to the line.
Brad wouldn't let him make that penetration all the way in, and then Michael went up and swatted it out of there. But the Bulls now are on hold here as they've got a 10-point lead. Dominique Wilkins at the line to shoot 2, and Dave Corzine, who had a good first quarter, didn't score a point, but a good strong first quarter, will come back.
Wilkins hits the free throw. That's 9. It's a 9-point Bulls lead. Atlanta has scored the last 5. 5:33 left. Second one good. 48-40. John Paxson brings it up. Long down court pass to Oakley. Down the lane to Banks. To the hoop. Got it swatted away by Carr. Loose ball ping-ponged outside to Jordan. Bulls keep it. 10 to shoot. Michael Jordan, top of the circle. Takes it left. 6. Jordan left to the lane. 4 on the clock. Jordan fakes on Whitman. Pumps the jumper. Good. 19 for Jordan. He hit the shot out of the left corner with Whitman right in his face. Dominique to the hoop for Atlanta. Lost the ball. It's loose to Corzine. Wilkins is hurt. The Bulls come back to Paxson. John Paxson feeds it off to Banks in for the right. They try to foul him. No. Jordan scoop shot. No, but a foul on Jordan. Michael shoots 2. Dominique Wilkins being looked at by Mark Feil. Now Atlanta takes the timeout. Or do they? Jordan will shoot 2.
Foul, I think, is on Carr. He went underneath and didn't see where he...
Wilkins got hit by Oakley, it looked like, on his drive under the basket. And then, guess what? Here's what happens. Then the Bulls on the attack. Gene Banks, under orders from Mike Fratello to take a foul to stop play so they could look at Wilkins. Atlanta was intentionally trying to foul Banks, and it wasn't called.
Yeah. And Michael got the ball back, drove to the hoop, and drew the foul.
Michael Jordan's free throw. Good. 51-40 Chicago. Jordan's got 20.
They gave that to Carr.
That last foul. Antoine Carr. Jordan with the next one up. That's in. 21 points for Michael. 16 away from 3,000 for the season. It's Wilt Chamberlain and it's Michael Jordan when you're talking about that many points in NBA history. Atlanta works it down low left to Carr. He fakes on Turner, leans in and just powers his way to the bucket, and they're letting the physical play go, and so that's Antoine Carr's kind of game. 52-42. Elston Turner's 18-footer no good out front, and Doc Rivers claims the rebound for Atlanta. Doc Rivers down the lane of the left, runs into people, missed the shot, drew the foul on Jordan. First foul on Jordan, and Rivers on the line as Wilkins returns for the Hawks. Who's going out? Antoine Carr? No, Rollins.
Carr in 63 games has 30 assists. I think you got to make him give it up.
Yep.
Cough it up.
Rivers with 2 points tonight. Averages just under 13. Hits the first one. The Bulls lead is 9.
They are perfect at the free throw line.
Yep. Second one is in. They're 11 for 11 from the line. .44 Chicago. Bulls on the attack. Elston Turner right side to Jordan. Michael Holmes to the right. Drives it right of the lane. Had it tipped away. It's out of bounds to the Bulls with 4:07 left in the half. 11 on the shot clock. The Bulls will inbound it baseline left. Doug Collins trying to guide his first Bulls team to a 500 season or better. He has a chance with a victory in these last two games to hit the 500 mark. Turner inbounding to Oakley out front. Here's a lob right side to Jordan. Michael right of the lane. Lean in. Pump shot. Rebound Willis. Hands to Rivers. Atlanta on the attack. Doc Rivers comes down. Works it off to the right. Standing dribble against Paxson. Dominique. Baseline right turnaround shot. Missed it. Rebound. Elston Turner. Turner up court to Paxson. John Paxson plays it into Oakley low left. Charles with 16 to shoot, holding down low left. Cross court to Corzine, right corner Paxson. Pax fires, missed it. Rebound tipped away, ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Wilkins. Atlanta on the attack. Dominique feeds Carr in from the right, knocks over Paxson. Offensive foul, Anton Carr.
Good play by the Pax man. Carr, you knew, was not going to be able to control it. I was just hoping that Dominique could throw the ball and give it up.
That is turnover number 8 for Atlanta in the game. The Bulls have not committed one yet. Paxson off to the left on the walk between the circles. Paxson directing traffic, right side Turner. E.T. feeds Oakley in the right corner, 10 to shoot. Charles fires, rimming, no. Kevin Willis, the Atlanta rebound. Doc Rivers into the front court. Rivers feeds it off underneath to Carr. The short shot is in. He hit that half hook. He's got 8. Atlanta has cut it to 6. Doug Collins taking a timeout. Will keep it here. 3:02 left to go in the half. 52-46. Atlanta on a run of 6 in a row to cut into that Bulls lead, which was as big as 14. What's happening, John, is that outside shooting, which the Bulls had early on, has left them now, and Atlanta is getting every rebound.
Well, also what's happened is McGee's given him a big lift off the bench along with Carr now lately, and Concat gave him a quick one while he was in there.
Bulls have an outstanding record in their own division, which is without question the toughest division in the NBA. Let's check out the early game strategy of Doug Collins.
We've got to make sure that we execute the play. We've got Worley. We've got to get screen on high, break people off. The ball goes in the post. John fans down. You got to get a guy here. You got to get a guy here and a guy here. For this kind of action. All right? Now look. We got 3 minutes to go until the half. Now they're coming at us. So we got to do a good job on the defense and they're going to attack. What's open on the press?
Number 7277.
Here's taking over. Diagonal pass. Pass right to cut. I want Elston. I want Elston back here with Pax. I want Michael in the middle. Let's look to attack. All right? Let's go, guys. Come on now.
Doug Collins is as quick with that grease pencil on that board as he was in his sneakers when he played. The Bulls in their 2 victories have shot 54% against Atlanta from the field. In their 3 losses, they've shot 45%. So far tonight, it's a 52% effort for the Bulls, but lately they have missed their last 3 or 4 shots. 6-point game. John Paxson brings it up. Full court pressure by Atlanta. Paxson into the front court. Outside left. Atlanta now in a half-court trap. Here's Jordan down the lane against traffic. Shoots the shot. No. It was tipped in, but no basket. A foul called as Michael Jordan will be on the line.
It was on Rivers. Fratello was trying to get him for carrying the ball, and it looked like it ended up in Michael's hand. He didn't really realize it was going to be in his hand, and now Sedale Threet replaces Johnny Paxson. Michael will shoot a couple here.
Jordan 3 of 4 from the line tonight. 21 points. 2:49 left in the half. The free throw good. 53-46.
On his way to the third.
Bernard King did that 2 years ago on a trip through Texas. 54-46. Bernard King scored back-to-back 50s 2 or 3 years ago. In the front court for Atlanta. Rivers, bouncer right side. Whitman comes up shooting, missing. Rebound taken down by Oakley. Now Sedale Threet into the front court. An 8-point lead for the Bulls. Threet plays the ball to Jordan in the right corner. Michael Jordan in the lane. Clean away jumper. Rimming good. Michael Jordan with 25. He's on target for another 50. It's a 10-point Bulls lead. Down the lane is Rivers. Cross-court pass tipped away by Corzine. Out of bounds, though. Last touch by Atlanta.
They just reacted and hit the ball, but then it went off Willis's hands, who was down low. It was both the reaction thing that the ball was there.
Looked like Corzine was just reaching up to scratch his ear, didn't it? And that ball was on top of him. So the Bulls a 10-point lead and the ball. Sedale Threet off to the left with 2 minutes left in the half. Jordan double team, dribbles out of it in the lane, 8-footer. Yeah. 27 for Jordan.
They went over to double team him. He just dribbled right away from it. They were still standing when where he caught the ball.
Woo. It's like that cartoon where there's just a puff of smoke left, right?
Yeah.
They were guarding the vapor trail of Air Jordan. 58-46. Outside left, Rivers underneath to Dominique for the jam. Dominique Wilkins' first basket since 8:36 of the first quarter tonight.
He went down and posted up on Nelson Turner. I'm glad E.T. didn't take the foul.
Jordan's turnaround shot, bank no good for the right. Willis the rebound for Atlanta. 1:20 left in the half. 10-point Chicago lead. Rivers off to the right, standing dribble. Turner and Wilkins are going at it, blow right. Wilkins has it against Elston Turner, right of the lane. Dominique backs in, double team. Has the ball loose. Michael Jordan a steal. Michael Jordan on a solo. Oh! The dunk. Sedale Threet comes up, beats Jordan in an inch. Reverse layup, also missed. Tip miss, loose ball, foul Atlanta. Oh, Michael Jordan has a chance to redeem himself.
Oh, brother.
Remember in the playoffs last year against Boston, this happened.
A foot raised down the court with Ian Carr. He powered it off the back of the rim. It went out. Nobody knew what happened. And Sedale Threet got it, fired it back. Michael drew people. Wilkins threw it up over the top, and he went back up to get it. Well, he said again, he is human.
He rims the free throw good. Jordan's got 28 points in the game. And 13 straight for the Bulls.
13 in a row, going for 14.
There it is. 29. 60-48. What was that run he had against the Knicks?
18.
18 in a row.
I remember saying, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Whitman, a lob pass down low left to Antoine Carr against Corzine. Backs in, 10 to shoot. Carr under heavy pressure. Left side Whitman. Wilkins in the lane. Offensive foul. Hey, Hugh Evans was going to call it one way, and Neese calls it the other. The foul is on Sedale Threet. Man, he had position when the contact was made. But Neese really had the best angle to make a block charge call. That's offensive foul, isn't it, Redhead?
Sure is. However, they'll be shooting two, a perfect record they throw up there now as Wilkins continues to string.
And hits it. That's 7 in a row for him. 13 points in the game. Second one. Yep, 60-50. 10-point Chicago lead. 36 seconds left in the half. Michael Jordan brings it up against Randy Whitman. Jordan on the drive in the lane. Shoots under pressure. Good, and a foul called. Foul on Dominique Wilkins. Michael Jordan's got 31. He may get his 37 in the first half tonight to hit the 3,000-point mark for a season.
Oh, he drove by everybody, threw the ball up, and it went through the hole and in. Gene Banks now wants to come in for Elston Turner. They want to get him out of there with 2 fouls.
Jordan's free throw is good. 63-50. What's that in a row now? 17, right? 17. Another hoop, and he'll break his record he set against the Knicks. 16 seconds left. Shot clock at 9. Out front. Rivers standing dribble against three. Rivers foul line down the lane to the right. Scoops the shot, no, but a foul called. He shoots two. Foul is on Sedale Threet, his second. Gene Banks coming in. Elston Turner out. Turner, remember, has played with those two fouls for a long time.
Boy, he did a great job again. He's given Wilkins only one hoop in this second quarter. He's got a couple of free throws to go along with it, but a good job by E.T.
Rivers 2 for 2 free throwing. As Johnny mentioned, the Hawks have yet to miss.
Now, some guys, when you get called on after you've sort of not played and fell out of favor, you come back, you don't give it that effort. Boy, Elston Turner has.
He sure has, as Rivers hits the free throw. Paxson coming on for the Bulls. 9 seconds left. Paxson is in for Corzine because there will be full court pressure by Atlanta after this second free throw if it's good. Mike McGee back for Atlanta, and Antoine Carr is out.
They're slimming down too, so they could play a little D.
12-point lead for the Bulls.
Jordan with 17 consecutive points.
You don't think they're around the satellite dish in Boston tonight, do you, Reds?
Well, anybody watching, and hope they're enjoying it as much as we are.
This game, of course, the Celtics keeping a close eye on. The second free throw is in by Rivers. It's an 11-point game. 8 seconds. Sedale Threet into the front court. Up court, Oakley. 5 seconds. Charles underneath to Banks. It's loose. Banks 15-footer on the way. No good. We're at halftime. It's been a good one. Halftime here in Chicago Stadium. The Bulls lead by 11 as they go opposite directions off the court. 63-52 the halftime score. We'll be back and recap after these messages on the Bulls Network. In the second quarter tonight, the Bulls outscored Atlanta 31-22 to open up this 11-point lead. 63-52 at halftime. In that second quarter, the Bulls led by as many as 14. The Hawks made a run and cut it to 6. Air Jordan took over from there. Michael scored their final 17 points.
17 in a row, and at the end with 9 seconds to go, Banks had a shot. He missed it, so Michael can continue on to see if he can pick up where he left off when he got 18 straight over New York.
You know, the real telling statistic in this game is the Bulls have not committed a turnover yet. In the first half of play, the Bulls have taken care of the ball very well.
They absolutely have. I felt that the Hawks would try to be running a little bit more and possibly would throw it over a little bit more, but the Bulls have been almost flawless in the first half.
Perfect. As far as the turnovers go, I guess you don't need to tell anybody how important games are these days, the way the Bulls have come out.
To both teams. The Atlanta team has got 8 in a row. They want to overtake the Boston Celtics for the best record because whoever goes on from here will need that as the home series. But I thought that the Hawks in the first and second quarter got a lot of second baskets after the Bulls did something real good but didn't come up with the ball.
That's right. A lot of second chance points for Atlanta, and they took advantage of them. But the Bulls lead it by 9 here at halftime, or by 11, I should say, 63-52. And we'll be back with the NBA Journal after these messages on the Bulls Network. Into the NBA regular season, still a lot of things to be decided on an individual basis and also on a team basis. Individually, the argument of the year, who's MVP? The two leading candidates, the Bulls' Michael Jordan and the Lakers' Magic Johnson. Let's compare. Michael Jordan has scored starting the week now. These are the figures they had at the beginning of the week. Over 2,900 points for Jordan, 1,800 plus for Magic Johnson. Assists, a big edge to Magic Johnson, 956 to 364. Then we come to steals, where Michael Jordan has almost doubled Magic Johnson's total, 226 to 131. Rebounds, 486 for Magic Johnson, 407 for Michael Jordan. Block shots, Michael Jordan 119, Magic Johnson 35. The question you come down to is this: Magic Johnson has had a great year. Michael Jordan has had one of the greatest years in NBA history. Now then, for teams still in the hunt for various playoff positions around the league, the schedule ahead for tomorrow night, the Bulls will be in Boston Garden to take on the Celtics. The Bulls have not won in Boston Garden since their final appearance there in the 84-85 season. Indiana will be in Philadelphia to go against the 76ers. The Washington Bullets will be on the road tomorrow night against the Knicks in New York. Then On Saturday, after the Bulls have completed their season, they may have to sit back and see how Indiana does at New Jersey, and maybe even sit back and wait for Sunday when the Washington Bullets wrap it up on Sunday at Philadelphia. Starting tonight, of course, the Bulls right in the middle. The Bulls are 1 game ahead of Indiana, 1 game behind 6th place Washington. Still a lot of combinations out there. The Bulls, of course, can solidify things with a victory tonight against the Atlanta Hawks. That would assure the Bulls of at least a 7th playoff position. And that's the NBA Journal on this, the final home game of the regular season. We'll be back and have more from Chicago Stadium after these messages on the Bulls Network. 11-point Chicago lead here at halftime, 63-52. And oh, does Johnny Kerr have some highlights to look at here at halftime. He's got a guy who needed 37 points for 3,000 for the season coming in, and he almost got it in the first half.
Oh, he had 32 in the first half, Jim, and we're going to look at some highlights that entail 2 guys that scored 15,729 points between them. Michael Jordan up power with a slam dunk. He tied the score at 8 early in the first quarter. And he lets fly with his shot right as the clock was running down, just a little fade away. Now what happens when Michael splits 2 guys, he puts the ball up like that, they stop to look and admire. Michael goes right back and tips it back over. So we've seen 3 different things that he can do so far. So let's take a look at the jump shot after you stick the tongue out, waggle a guy to death. Whitman is all over him. He nails that one too. Well, now I said something about this other guy, Wilkins, and boy, can he get up and power it down. He did that on Elsie Turner. He had 14 points in the first quarter. Well, Michael is human after all. He takes off, he soars, he dunks. Oh, no, he doesn't. It comes out, but following up is Sedale Treat gives it under to Michael. Michael wraps it around Wilkins, then he goes up and gets fouled. Tapping it back in, he made the 2 free throws. And now he drove through everybody here with 31 seconds to go. He got popped, knocked down, the ball floated over and in. And what a job by Wilkins and Jordan.
And Wilkins leading Atlanta in scoring with 14 points at halftime. Antoine Carn off the bench with 8. Mike McGee has 7. Koncak and Rivers with half a dozen. 32 for Michael Jordan. He's the only Chicago player in double figures. And it's Charles Oakley with 9. Elston Turner with 8. Sedale Treat has 6 here at halftime. Both teams have returned to the court here in Chicago Stadium. Well, what a home court advantage this has been for the Bulls, and should this lead hold up, not only would the Bulls assure themselves of a 500 season, but it would give them their 30th victory of the year at home.
30 wins on this court. We started out playing a little bit on and off on this court, but all of a sudden we got to send some teams messages, don't mess around. Big bad Leroy Brown and his junkyard dog are here.
Well, the Bulls, of course, still have hopes of finishing as high as 6th, and that's certainly possible, but they're going to have to win, well, this game for sure, or tomorrow night in Boston.
It's going to be tough duty, whatever we decide to do. And you know, it's really funny. If you told somebody the Bulls would be leading the Hawks by 11 points at halftime, Charles Oakley only has 2 rebounds, but those were the only 2 he had a chance to get, and he got them.
That's right. Not many missed shots out there. Both teams shooting very well from the field, as we'll check out when we come back. We'll have a look at the halftime statistical sheet, and we'll be back and do that after we stop for these messages. It's an 11-point lead for the Bulls. Back after this on the Bulls Network. In the first half tonight, the Bulls shot an even 50 from the field, 26 out of 52. Atlanta 44%, 18 of 41. Hawks were perfect in 15 free throw tries. The Bulls were 11 of 13. Atlanta out-rebounded the Bulls 25-20. And check this out, 10 turnovers for Atlanta in the first half, none for the Bulls. The Bulls scored 14 points off the 10 Atlanta miscues. And in the backcourt, where Michael Jordan pumped in 32, the Bulls, of course, outscored the Hawks 48-8.
Bulls also with 6 block shots. I think they had 11 up in Milwaukee. Doing a good job. They scored 16 without Jordan in that backcourt, so they still outscored him 16-8. Nice job by Sedale Treat, who came in, hit 3 out of 4 shots, Jim, and got 4 assists. Paxson, who only was 1 out of 3, also had 6 assists. So everybody doing a good job. And I don't know if you mentioned Michael had 7 rebounds.